It was about a year ago. I applied to a local art festival, which I felt like was a really good opportunity, and I didn't make it. I applied to have my art featured in the Orange County Fair, and it didn't make it. And then I applied to do other things, and I didn't make it. And it was really discouraging and disheartening. And it was just one of those moments that I fell flat. I took a pause, and honestly, I just wanted to take a U turn and forget this journey altogether. So I want to share with you guys the 5 unexpected things that I have learned on this art journey over the last 5 years. But first, my name is Jessica Darling. I'm an emerging artist and a creator here on YouTube. You'll see my piece that I'm working on throughout this video. This is in an orange and moth study. It's not necessarily a final piece, but it's going to be part of my next collection, which features a lot of paintings of moths and butterflies. And if you want to find out more about the meaning behind this paint series, I'll link that video here in the description box below because I already went through that. And I'll probably make a follow up video just because I feel like my deepening of this collection has grown. Anyways, the first thing that I've learned on my journey is resilience. To try and try again feels like an understatement. It is to post and post again. It is to paint and paint again. It is to apply and apply again. That has been such a valuable lesson, and the resilience is something that has been continuing to grow within me day by day. And after being in this game for about 5 years, I feel like I'm pretty darn resilient. And I just see things, apply to them, let go of the outcome. Bam, I make it, I don't make it, I don't care anymore. Because there's always another thing to apply to. The second lesson that I have learned is to let go of the product and lean into the process. I actually made an entire video about romanticizing the process, and I can link that in the description below if you want to check that out as well. But I believe it is really important that you fall in love with your process and let go of the results. That goes for paintings, that goes for creating content in YouTube and sharing your art online. All you have control over, all I have control over, is the way I do things and the process in which I do them. So I fell in love with creating my paintings. I fell in love with creating my videos. And then when I share them and then when I post them, I let go of the outcome. I no longer care what people think. Some people are going to hate it, some people are going to love it. My art should not be for everyone. That is the objective of being a good artist. You're not going to create artwork that is for everyone. You're not making art for Walmart to mass produce it. You're making it for a small amount of people who really love it and really resonate with it. The third thing, and maybe one of the most transformative things in my journey, has been letting go of people pleasing. This for me has been an ongoing journey, and I still struggle with it from time to time. But just as it ties into the last point, I'm no longer worried about people liking or not liking my art, which is a huge thing because when you post your work online, when you apply to galleries, you need to be prepared for people to say, I don't like it, or critique it and give you feedback. Whether it is a helpful critique or not, not everyone's going to like your work. And that's okay. Not everyone's going to like you, and that's okay. But when we put that on the internet, it kind of magnifies and it's a little bit of a harder pill to swallow, and definitely something that I have to continue to work on, especially when I get negative or unwarranted feedback about my paintings and my content here online. The fourth thing that I have continued to work on and grow in is trusting myself. When you're building a business, no matter what it is, you're the person that you have to rely on. You have to trust that you can navigate and figure out the next step. On a deeper level, I've also had to learn to trust my instincts and follow that like tug. Do you know what I mean? It's that invisible string theory. What are you being pulled towards in a very subtle way? Because a lot of times that is success. That is the place you want to take yourself as an artist. And the fifth and final thing, which was the most surprising thing to learn, is through art and through this journey, I have been able to discover who I am. I heard an artist say that, um, and it was just recently, and I don't know why. It was just so like mind blowing for whatever reason, but through art we discover who we are, how we fit into the world. And when I look back at my art and my different collections, I think it really did help me find who I am. I started off painting like these more spiritual paintings, which I mean, I guess mine are still spiritual, but I feel like they were a little too on the nose. Um, but fast forward, even when I moved to the West Coast, I started a collection called, I titled it Going Coastal. And even that is like a reflection on figuring out how I fit into this new community and taking all of those little things throughout my new environment and trying to pull them in and integrate them into who I am and like pull them into my well, not obviously, but one thing about me is I love pulling decor in, like home decor in from the outside environment. And I was just so blown away by the plants and the species here and just like how beautiful and lucky I felt to just see these tropical type of plants on a daily basis. So I decided to do a watercolor series and I called it Going Coastal, and it features a parrot and there's birds of paradise and different plants. California poppy is just so many beautiful plants and things that we have in our environment. And from there, it led me to my other series, which kind of ties into my current series. I can't remember I'm gonna have to circle back to what I ended up landing on for the name, but the Orange and Moth series, which is also a reflection on the community that I live in, because this community was built on people, migrating here and growing oranges and citrus fruits and distributing them to the world. So I have them to thank for this thriving community. And even though this community doesn't rely on citrus production in that same fashion anymore, it's still a huge part of our history. And it's something that was gifted to us from the people that came before us. I'm in a place that I'm just so grateful and excited. I think that honoring your ancestors and honoring your lineage is really important. And that's a piece, these pieces, these orange and moss pieces really speak to that. We honor where we came from and we nurture the seeds that we feel important, the ones that we want to plant for future generations. But also in that process of farming, you discard and you get rid of the seeds that are no longer serving the community. So, anyways, this whole process of painting, I used to try to chase having my paintings mean something. And then when I did it in a more intuitive way and I just started painting things and finding things that I was obsessed with and I really liked, it did help me discover myself on a deeper level. And so I think that can be said about any art, whatever art that you're doing. It can help you discover and find yourself. The exciting news is I reapplied to the local art festival. And this year, they did accept my application. So it just goes to show that when we do all of these things and we try and try again and we paint and paint again and we apply and we apply again, we will find success. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. As always, it's sponsored by me, jessicadarlingstudio.com. You can go out and check my new website out. I'm actually selling my prints directly from my website now. I'm really excited. I'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe if you're called to, drop a comment. I'll see you guys later. Bye for now.